Hey, good morning and welcome back. The question that I got yesterday was, what is the role play of a wife? So a young, beautiful woman was feeling lazy, though she is very, very active. I know she's one of those most active personality, working hard and always participative. And yet, she said, there are times I really feel lazy and I don't feel like contributing to my husband. And I feel guilty about it. So, what's the role play of a wife? And maybe a senior in me or the mother in me was ready with an answer. Then I said, wait a minute, is that so? Is that a standard answer? At times, we'll end up playing a role based on what we have been taught by our mothers, by our mother-in-law, grandmother. An ideal wife should be doing this, and should not be doing this. A woman is ideal only if she behaves in a particular way or says in a particular way. How is she supposed to be and what is she supposed to be? This took me back to a phone call I had from a very senior student. And she actually called up to say, my brother is very critical, like oxygen level is dropping very badly. And can we do something for him? He won't agree for any session and it won't be possible. He's in the hospital. Where are you? I asked her. She said, I'm also in the hospital. My sister-in-law just left. I'm looking after him now. And I just referred to the manual. What should she do? And the answer came, role play chakra. I asked her, what's a role play? What is your role play? She says, he's my brother, I'm his sister. Says, be a sister to him, not a healer this time. And she said, really? Okay. So let's spend this time. Probably this is the time alone you have got with him. Now, both of them are senior citizens, pretty senior in age. And I can imagine once you grow up, you lose that touch, that bonding with your siblings, because each one of us have our respective lives. And, we don't connect the way we used to connect as children or teenagers. There's a huge gap in between and filled up by so many factors. So I said, use this time, to be with him, just speak to him like a sister, be sister to him and not a healer to him. And trust, in 3 days, she messaged me saying, my brother is much better. He's about to get discharged. We got a lot of time to connect, to talk on just casual childhood events and, common factors, nothing very serious, but it was a good time. And brother recovered so fast, no healing done. Sometimes we don't even know if all these stories, incidents are designed to facilitate certain experiences. So when we are healers, we think that the best way we can contribute is by healing. If we are good cooks, we think that we can contribute by cooking. If we are financial wizard, we think we can contribute by giving financial advisors. And if we are adults and seniors, we think we can contribute through our experiences. However, not necessarily they need that. Now, we may be able to contribute in the best possible way, and they may not even value it because that's not what they're looking for. I remember when I was learning healing, in those days, my 4-year-old daughter, she had growing pain and she would really be in pain, especially at bedtime. And then I would press her legs and then she would go to sleep, and it had become a ritual. Now, out of 3 children, this kid took away that night moments with me, and she was very attached. So I would press her legs and, then it's time for her to go to sleep. And it was a daily routine, and none of us questioned because it became a kind of a habit for us. One day I said, let me try healing on you. She turned her back and went to sleep. And after that, very rarely she complained about growing pain. And then I was so amused. I said, this is interesting. She doesn't want to. Or perhaps there was no growing pain. She was fooling me all this while. What is this? And then I realized that she didn't need healing. She didn't need solution. She needed that touch. She needed that exclusive attention just before sleep. She needed that mother-daughter bonding. And I perhaps ruined this by offering healing. So even if we are great healers, our loved ones perhaps need not just healing, but much more than that. And we need to keep that in mind. So what is it that they need? It could be different at different moment. It could be different for different people under different circumstances. We get so rigid about our contribution because we want to contribute the way we think it is right and in a manner we think it is right. However, that's not always the case. We need to be open to understand not just verbal communication, sometimes even non-verbal communication. Unfortunately, some people don't even understand what they want, forget about others needing, as if we know exactly what we want from each of our relationships. Perhaps we don't. We say, I want this. However, the subconscious mind is seeking experiences which are completely different. And the way we express, the way we demand, the way we put forward our demands actually deprives us of the very experience. If we don't know what we want, how the hell others are going to know what they're supposed to be contributing? And that's where a lot of relationship frictions happen. Sometimes we try and demand things which we really don't need and want. And sometimes people give us things which we really don't need or want. A wife was craving for being with her husband on the first anniversary. Husband did not come home, didn't even call up. Why? Because he was busy going from a jeweler to jeweler to purchase the right ring. And the diamond and the ring was the last thing wife was expecting. She was in love with him. And he just wanted his company. He came at 10:30, 11. Wife was tired, exhausted, sleepy, gave up hope. Because husband wanted to give a surprise and didn't want to tell her lies, didn't even pick up phone. He came back home with a diamond ring, thinking that that surprise will melt her away. Nothing of that sort happened. She threw the ring and went to sleep. At times, even well-meaning gestures can fail to contribute to someone in a manner people really want. Now, this feels very, very complicated. And so complicated that you wonder, why? What's happening? How complicated can this human mind be? And yet you'll realize with help of Radical, it can become much more simplified. So here's the answer to this young lady who asked, what is the role of a wife in her case towards her husband when she's feeling lazy? So that's a guidance for her. Let me see what comes. I'm going to refer to Radical. So Radical says, you are probably looking for a better grip over a situation or an experience of receiving something. For example, receiving compliments, attention, judgments, or criticism. There are several factors where you could be feeling a kind of loss of grip over the situation. Examine those factors. Do you think this situation is because of a certain unknown fears, past beliefs, prejudices, or your sense of vulnerability? Whatever may be the reason, intend and invite and manifest a situation where you have a better grip on your life and particularly over the experience of receiving. Probably what his husband expecting from her is having a better grip over the experience of receiving. Or is it she? We need to leave it to her to figure that out because it's their personal thing. If this doesn't make sense, I will give another reading. And my attention goes to Crown Chakra, reminder to experience oneness with all that is. So when this comes together with the previous, both of them are looking for perhaps having a better grip over receiving. So giving that experience that you are in command, you have the grip over what you want from me, would be a better bet than deciding what should I be contributing. Because he is her and her is he, they're together, in it together, and having a better grip would have been a good idea. Just drop a line in the message. Due to the privacy reasons, I would just read it. You can send me a private message and I would know if that's what it is. Just a sec. Huh? It's okay. Yes, absolutely. No need for the guilt. Okay. So what is required is not the physical contribution or the work contribution, probably gifting each other a sense or a feeling of letting them feel that they have a better grip over the circumstances or over each other or over the receivables. So if a husband can make wife feel or a wife can make husband feel that you are in command, as in when you really need me, you can ask me, but I don't have to be on my toes all the time to make sure that I am of some contribution to you. I would leave it to you to decide when you want me, when you don't want me, and when you want to be on your own, or when you want me together with you in whatever you choose. So that's the solution for the girl who asked for it. Thank you so much. With this, I'm ending YouTube Live, and we'll have members discussion open. Just a sec. I wonder whether I can. Okay. Stop.